Random puppy cam. Random puppy cam. Oh gosh. She's so cute. Oh gosh. All right.
Bring on the wrecking machine. For every city you burn, I'm gonna build one high.
Greetings, fellow Empyreans. I am Ashtrothi, the voice of New Eden, and it is October 4th, YC126, and this is the Eve Universe Show! Welcome, 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 guys. How's it going? I've got my puppy here. She's doing great. It is Friday. We went over all the major news yesterday, but unlike some previous weeks, I haven't had too much disruption in my schedule, so I figured that today would be a great day to just go out and do some Crimson Harvest sites. However, there are a few complications. I do feel like I need to redeem myself after the end of last stream. If you haven't watched it yet, you can. This absolution, we're lucky it still is here. But I do want to go out and do some more Crimson Harvest sites today with this. However, I'm a firm believer that EVE Online is a video game about the practical application of bad ideas. So let's just jump into this idea. I've got this absolution. We are in high sec, but I am in faction warfare. Specifically, I'm part of the Angel Cartel. We even see there is actually two war targets in system with me just right now. I do have my implants in, and I've got my absolution. We are going to go try to do sites, but I can't do sites in the places that I normally go. I normally like to go into Mimitar space or even Amar space to go hunt for sites, but because I'm an angel, they don't like me there. So, and I also can't go into Edencom systems without it being potentially very dangerous for me. So I've got faction warfare to deal with. I've got the faction police to deal with in Amar and Mimitar space, so I can't really do sites in there. And, yeah, well, there was something else. Either way. So, we are going to jump into it now. I have gotten crystals. We've got crystals, we've got nanite repair paste. We've got everything we theoretically need to be successful. Let's see where we can go. Desktop audio is working. Okay, right. So, I'm going to open up the map. Now, first and foremost, I need places that are not Amar or Mimitar. So I'm going to go to, excuse me, Factional warfare? No. NPC activity? No. Sovereignty? Empire and pirate factions. Perfect. Okay, so the Amar space is all the way down here with Mimitar over here. I am in the Galente area over here. And then there's also the Citadel over there. I don't know about Caldari space. Castlemon is fine-ish. But can I get there avoiding eating comm systems? I have to go through Losec? No, hold on. Safer? Oh yeah, because there is eating comm systems there. Okay, so there's a good route. This will be our first stop. It's... I don't know if it's difficult, but it is risky. I mean, we might as well have some fun with it tonight, guys. This is actually the same absolution I've been using for 3 years now, so...
Warp drive active.
Let's reload that. Reload this. Yeah, the at war is the faction warfare. That's just telling me that I'm at war with faction warfare. I'm at mutual war with Amar Empire and Mimitar Republic. So anybody who's in Amar Mimitar faction warfare is able to attack me freely. But I mean, I'm still an absolution. I mean, this thing... So, oh, hi. Oh, goody. Well, that's a good start. Is it worth firing at him? You know what? Let's do it. Oh my god, I did it! Wait. What? Bam! Okay, well... You know, anything is possible out here. That's a pretty solid start. That's funny. What'd I get? Was that a shit ton of war targets jumping in? Nope. 1.6 million. It wasn't full of that much. It was just funny. 12 minutes in and a kill already. Yeah, exactly. Didn't ever think I was going to get too many kill marks on my high-sec absolution. There it is right down there. Boom. You know, when opportunity strikes, you got to go for it. What's up, Eagle Firefly? Who was that? Amar Empire. Whoopsie doodle. Serpentis Hideaway. We open up the agency and we go to exploration, cosmic anomalies. We look next door. There's a Crimson Gauntlet. There's a Tetramon base. Let's go.
Warp drive active.
Hey, Roughnecks. How's it going? 07 to you. How's Pochvin doing? So far, kill board is green. Wasn't quite the objective today, but I'll take it. What are you doing, dog? All good here. As cozy as red as can be. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. So I can tell that this Tetramon base has already been started. No, wait, hold on. No, because this Tetramon base is 119 kilometers away, or AU away, and this one is 19 AU away? Is that, wait, hold on, is that right? Nope. So this is this base, so it's already been started. We're just going to go check it out.
Warp drive active.
How are the loot drops on your site? I haven't done a single site yet successfully. I mean, we just got out here. I did kill a bestower in Dodixie. This is a long warp. The Order of St. Tetramon is a pretty fanatical order within the Amar. They actually were kicked out of the Amar for quite some time, only let back in later in life by Jamil. Oh, looks like nobody is here. Cool. Let's go. Oh, it looks like there was somebody here. Somebody did damage to the shields. I don't see any wrecks, though. Interesting. There is no points on field right now, so they might have gotten hit by the Oracle and just noped out of there. With this, my range is 31 kilometers with 24 optimal. We do have Peld open and running, so you can see my incoming and outgoing DPS. My resistances are currently 88, 81, 70, 84, but I can hit burst. Now it's 90, 84, 76, 87. With the majority of the damage being EM and thermal, so 90 and 84. Correct. I fly this ship not necessarily because I'm min-maxing it. Although the fact that it is fast and accurate and high DPS does actually, I mean, like, it's not a bad choice.
Warp drive active.
We didn't check the Rex on this one. We should check the Rex when we get into the inside. I don't know whether or not, we still don't know whether or not the loot drops off of the normal rats. We can change this over to Zydream Burn too. Hold on. Boom. Back to being the super green. So this is the second room. This room is completely skippable if you have the key code. Or if you have a key. The best way to get the keys is from the hacking site. Yeah, well, so the problem with the Marauder is, yeah, if the Marauder is already in there, but because there's so much maneuvering, it's sometimes harder. A Paladin could work. But I actually swapped to this from a Paladin the other year. just because of how much easier this is to use. On a direct race, maybe not. It maybe not win. Almost certainly won't win. But you got to balance stuff. This is going significantly smoother than last time. We'll swap to conflag, see if that hits. It does. Hi. Up. Ups. Oh. Up these. Little Zoria. So you can see, like, I'm not hitting him that well because I'm so close to my fall off. It might actually be worthwhile swapping over to Scorch. But either way, he's dead now. Go ahead and loot some of these wrecks. Oh, with the Vargar? Yeah, that could work for sure. I do have a Vargar that I could try out. I just really like the Apso. It's one of my favorite ships. Nothing there. I should probably have green safety on. Flag on the Oracle. Is that going to work? Dang it. Let's just go after the curse first. Control Shift click delocks things. It does look like the Scorch is working a little bit better on the curses, even though they are theoretically within conflag range. Shredding through them in a Vindicator? That does sound like fun. Nothing there. If we don't see anything in this entire wreck, then we might stop at some point. Guess do the smaller stuff quick because you can web. Yeah, you know, I did have a web on this thing too. I keep on bouncing between a web and a tractor beam. Or, sorry, a tracking computer.
Warp drive active.
Dang it. My goal is always to try to get through the gate before they manage to scram me or, like, point me. Because, like, the goal is to get into the third room without the second room being finished. And you can do that. You can get out of here before they can repoint you sometimes. And then whoever comes in has to deal with that. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to kill all of the points. So that isn't going to work here. We'll check this one last wreck and then we'll head out.
Warp drive active.
Nothing.
Warp drive active.
I also wanted something that wouldn't have a super embarrassing time if I got caught up in PvP. Marauders can be pretty good, though. Let's go with Multi-Freak. Scorch. So I've got a peak DPS of 500 so far, which is pretty good. Considering my theoretical DPS is... Well, right now it's 586, but I think it's like closer to 900 with Scorch. Or Conflag, rather. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I know. I know people can see where I am, and also I know that I'm at war. That's part of the excitement. Somebody might show up and have some fun. Who knows? You wouldn't want me to just be doing boring old sites with no sense of adventure, would you? I mean, hell, I already got a kill. Have no, yeah, I think the more we're looking at it, the more it looks like there is no special stuff in the Tetramon Rex. We're just verifying that. No, I'm at war and faction warfare. I'm in the Angel Cartel. Uh-oh, somebody's coming. No, anybody who's part of the Mimitar or Amarian militia can attack me. And I can attack them. See? We killed a Bestower in Dodixie. Very unlucky individual. Swap back to Conflag for the omens. That is a big piece of being a good Amarian pilot is, you know, being willing to swap your crystals a lot in order to make sure that you're at the correct range. The same is true with Triglavian ships a lot, because both of those weapon systems have a insta swap of ammo, so like it takes one tick. Hey, air daily goal. What is the thing that was coming in? Oh, it's gone. Never mind. Well, there's a vagabond. Let's hope I get through this before the vagabond gets here. Oh, come on. Hit the Crusader. Swap to multi-freak. I wonder if multi-freak will be good against the curse, too. Oh, shit. The Tetramon commander's up. Once the commander is up, you basically ignore everything else. One cycle of overheated afterburner. So the Blood Raider one will have a ton of newts. The Tetramon one is mostly DPS, although it does, I mean, like, obviously they still have some newts from, like, the curse. Sorry, Vagabond. You're too late. Oh, he just warped off. So yeah, I think that without the loot in the normal Rex, I probably will swap out the tractor beam for like a second burst. See what we got. We got actually quite a bit of stuff. We got 26 clone blanks. That should be 26 million, right? And then we've got this Harima Iron Metallic. So how much are these? These are a million a pop, right? Well, these are half a million there. Yeah, they're probably worth a million a pop. Hey, V-Rod, how's it going?
Active.
Actually, you know what? I'm gonna, just because I'm nervous, we're gonna dock this stuff up while we're here. Just in case, because I really kind of like this. Hama Iron Metallic. Or can I just activate it here? Oh, great. Awesome. So then I have 26 clone blanks. That's it. Oh, and Sacrilege Cold Iron. That's right. Can I activate that? I think I already have it. Yeah. I do like this skin. Although I am very tempted. Like, I do like, so I might have to go fly around in a ship with the Sanguinary Savant skin on it. My Paladin has a Sanguinary Savant skin. Should I switch my Paladin?
Docking permission
Would that be
requested.
absolutely silly?
Docking request accepted.
How many of you guys are Mimitar Amar Militia currently organizing to come and gank my ass? That's the question. Yeah, here's my paladin. Let's see how it's set up. I mean, it's spendy though. I have a gate key? That's weird. I'm Galmill. Yeah, I used to do missions here quite a bit. Here's my hymn, my No, drones are really bad in this site, I heard. I'm okay with losing an absolution today. I'm less inclined to lose a paladin today, regardless of the skin. I've got my Malro mug today because my invited mug got broken.
Active.
Let's open up the agency. There's nowhere within 2 jumps. Okay, well then let's just head out.
Warp drive active.
Anya is a really decent system to base out of, I will say that. Maybe I should go to Araron.
Warp drive active.
One jump, one jump. Oh, Tetramon base. In Orifay.
Warp drive active.
Orifay is still, yeah, Orifay is Concord. I wonder why it says Hostiles oh, the Tetramon base, Hostiles Amar Empire. That makes sense. Orifay is the capital system of Interbus, now Paragon. Excuse me. This Tetramon base has already been started in theory. You can tell it's already been started because it's already open. But just like the last one, you can see it was on the warp-in list before I'd warped to it. But, I mean, as we saw with the last one, that doesn't mean it's actively being run. It just means that somebody has warped to it at some point. So we'll find out. Looks like it is being run by a golem. We'll move on.
Warp drive active.
Is Pakshi Amar or oh, I think it's Concord. Okay, good. Anybody got any plans for this weekend? Oh, the CSM. They just announced all of the CSM candidates. There's quite a few good candidates on that list. Anybody who wants to come on my show and chat, if you're running for the CSM, let me know. Probably not going to like try to do full interviews like before, but if somebody's interested in coming and talking, I'm more than happy to oblige. Wait, Amar Empire's decreased standings for you? I'm losing standings for doing the event sites? Destroying Amar Empire's stationary pleasure yacht in Anya. I didn't even... What? I didn't even destroy that, did I? Somebody check the logs. Show me where I destroyed that. I call bullshit. Crimson Gauntlet. We'll go do Crimson Gauntlets.
Warp drive active.
I killed the hauler. I killed the hauler in Dodixie. And that was not a luxury yacht. So that wasn't it. And I lost standings with the Amar Empire. That's faction level standings. That's actually a really fucking big deal. And it was there was no derivative. It's just Amar Empire said, fuck you. That's not good at all. All right, so both of these Crimson Gauntlets have started.
Warp drive active.
Petition it and GMs will give you back the standings. Will do. I'm just more curious as to how it happened because I didn't even see. I mean, I shot only at targets that I locked, and I think I only shot at red triangles, so I don't even know how. I don't have any, like, AoE weapon. Oh, we know how it happens. We don't really know why it does. Okay. That's fine. I'll petition for it afterwards. All right, so this one is being well done. God, I'm tempted to shoot that mobile tractor unit.
Active.
Oh, right. It's that thing. Got it. So these things are worth 0 standings, but because they're Amar, if anyone else kills something else belonging to Amar in the same system, I still get dinged for it. I remember that was a big thing with Triglavian standings. Ooh, a Gila. I think I can outrace a Gila. Yeah. Same problem with Pochfin. That problem has apparently always existed. It's just the way that standings works in EVE Online.
Warp drive active.
Yeah. That is weird that it was it said a stationary pleasure yacht. Somebody really must have screwed me over. Man, remember when Gilas were like the best ship for almost all events? I do. I do like how they do show over here on the left-hand side how many forces are remaining. Kind of cool. Yeah, normally the loot and salvage in these kinds of things are pretty much bogus. There has been in previous years, it was true that you wanted to loot all of the Tetramon because some of those Tetramon could have the clones, and so like there'd be a random like Oracle wreck that has like 10 million ISK in it, so you had to loot everything. But from everything I've heard today or the last couple of days, that is no longer true. And I imagine that that might be one of the reasons why they swapped to the new item, is to change up the way that the loot tables work. But it seems as if the only source of loot now that's worth anything is the final boss. Should use a Stormbringer? Boy, does that sound like a risk. Oh, there's a hold on. There's a war targeting system. Are you in chat? Maybe not. Nope, he's gone. Satonia, I'm in faction warfare. I'm extremely easy to gank if they catch me. I'm at war with the Amar and the Mimitar. I've already killed a Bestower earlier. We're in Galente space, so there are no faction warfare rats for either of our sides. Yep. I am very aware of the situation I've put myself in. I just figured it was an extra little bit of spiciness to make the stream worthwhile. Come on, go, 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 go.
Warp drive active.
They're doing the repositioning, where they warp off to 500 and warp back. Rat. The Gila didn't get caught. Do you care to confirm or deny the whole thing about the clone blanks on the Rex that are not the final boss? I understand completely if you have no comment on the matter. No undocking my Thunderchild sounds like a risk. I mean, I think a Stormbringer might be pretty okay at the site, except for you're never going to race for the final boss, right? Catalyst? Strange choice. Maybe just to salvage? That's a big wave. Got to keep an eye out, because if the boss spawns, I got to get on him right away. Two of the Crimson Gauntlet bosses had basically no loot. Well, that's not good. The Crimson boss, the Crimson Harvest side, the Blood Raider side has always had basically the entire loot in the final rat. But you can also just get unlucky. I'm going to be on top of the ball when it comes to swapping ammo, getting on that final boss. Yeah, let's shoot it. It's fine. Flag. There it is. Overheat. Overheat your belief. Come on. My DPS pegged at 600. And I got it. Now let's see if he steals it. Probably not. Nothing worth stealing. Overseer Sabek Vial. So there's the 18 of those. And these have, oh yeah, 1 million sell orders. Sweet. I'm guessing that the other Crimson Gauntlet's already done.
Warp drive active.
So it's been 50 minutes since we started the stream. There was a little bit of like putzing around, but it looks like I've made about 30 or 40 million so far. Oh yeah, there's a Varger in this one. That's not going to happen. Keep on going.
Warp drive active.
Actually, there as an Angel Cartel member, there is nowhere that I can go in which the people coming after me get faction warfare NPCs on them, and I don't. Right? Because Amar and Mimitar are the ones that can go after me. If I'm in Amar or Mimitar space, then the NPCs come after me. Worth salvaging the Rex? No. Absolutely not.
Warp drive active.
I do love the Zydream burn skin with that particle effect right there. I think it looks better on the other ships than on the Apso, but I still like it on the Apso. Oh, cool. I can drop this off here. Oh, there's a Tetramon base, and it's already started.
Warp drive active.
You know, we talk a lot about the politics and the changes and all this stuff coming to EVE Online. When I just got to say, there's a reason why I played this game, and it really is a lot of the just... I enjoy just floating around in space and doing stuff. I don't need it to be the most lucrative thing in the world. I don't need it to be some crazy heart-beating thing. Just like flying around in spaceships in space.
Warp drive active.
Uh-oh. War target. Wait, where's the Chronos? Did the Chronos use a key? Why would you do that? That's so bizarre. Of all of the ships that don't need a key, I mean, I guess it's an option. Oh, the war target's gone. Yeah, it appears as if the Chronos has used a key to get into the inside without doing the second room, which is normally like that functionality is mostly to allow people to compete with Marauders. That's pretty funny. I still need to kill the Tetramon ships for my next task. So That Oracle was going down so slowly. For a second there, I thought the Augur was repping him. And waiting for the next wave. Always salvage for the good of New Eden. I mean, you can salvage for your task or whatever, but these are all Tech 1 ships. They provide literally the worst loot you could possibly get. Wait. Oh, they warped off. He finished the site. Yeah, he finished the site. Without me even getting through the second room. It doesn't even activate the thing. It's just like, fuck you. You don't get it. It's gone now. Interesting. Go ahead and dock in the Concord Bureau and sell this.
Warp drive active.
Has anyone else been getting shortcut keys? I've only gotten 2 in the last few days. Are you doing hacking sites? Or the combat sites? Because usually the shortcut keys are in the hacking sites. Also, so you've done plenty of both? I don't know then. So there is something interesting.
Docking permission requested.
One of the things that I am confused about, or one of the things that I find really interesting, I should say, is that I have now seen 2 different reports. One is that in Delve, which is Blood Raiders area, they were finding almost exclusively Tetramon sites. That was reported on Reddit. And then my buddy, who's working in a Mars space, was finding almost exclusively Blood Raider sites. So I don't know whether or not there's a there, but maybe people, if you've been having similar or contradictory experience, please let me know. Let's sell these Overseer vials. Oh, you found your first Tetramon site in the MR area? That's good. Hey, Richard. How's it going? Are you running the sites? Mostly been finding Tetramon, but a few Crimson sites. That's cool. Are you the wait? Hold on. Are you the Varger that I just saw? And if you're the Varger that I just saw, did you just use a key to get a Marauder past? Or sorry, Kronos, right? It was a Kronos. Did you just use a key to get past? Oh, okay. I was about to say that was kind of weird. I mean, people are free to do whatever they want. Obviously, it's a choice.
Warp drive active.
Why does Sin Shelly seem familiar to me? Did something happen in Sin Shelly? I mean, that's true, but it just seems like such a waste to let a Marauder in through the back door. Oh yeah, Macariel's probably brilliant. My napping puppy. Zoria. Zoria. I need my arm. Yes, my puppy's name is Zoria. Little Zoe for short. Marauder should be locked out. I don't. I'm not for that per se.
Warp drive active.
Bring in a dreadnought. Isn't that like the escalation site I thought was a capital escalation, the one that you get from Losec? With a full Genelution plus Nomad set, it's like flying a cruiser with a battleship. Yeah. Macarial's fun. Ooh, a Cerberus. A good choice. The Cerberus is a Caldari heavy assault cruiser. So its missiles are going to have pretty decent application and damage type selection. Got a really good tank. It's an overall good choice. You've got the bonus to shield booster amount, and you've got bonuses to damage. 2 bonuses to damage. They seem to be nicking the sites too quickly. Well, yeah, I mean, like, that's always kind of been the issue. But the problem is that, like, well, there used to be a lot of events that locked out Marauders. So the few events that were able to be done with Marauders were really good. Unfortunately, a lot of the ones that were really good for non-Marauders are the ones that went away, right? Like the From Wormhole with Love one, or rather the Guardians Gala was mostly focused on wormholes, and the Hunt was focused on low sec. But the Hunt low sec one was destroyers only, if I remember correctly. I do miss the Hunt a lot. Of all of the events that we don't have anymore, I think the Hunt is the one I miss the most.
Warp drive active.
It actually lacks application. Well, my point is more that missiles themselves have pretty decent application. Just overall. You're right. If they're heavy assault, maybe not. Are those rapids? No, those are heavy. Those are heavy assaults, right? Yeah. Those look like heavy assault. Yes, Eagle Firefly is a great content creator. If you can go check out his stuff as well. Are you just on YouTube or are you on Twitch too still? Heavy missiles is good applications. Hams aren't without some kind of application. Yes, yeah, that's true. And given the fact that he doesn't have a target painter, it leads. Are those heavy missiles? Just YouTube? Excellent. Well then, I think you can just click on his chat and go check out his stuff, which you should absolutely do. You know the thing though, like I bet you even if the Cerberus has bad application, it'll have good application. Yeah, see. Ooh, hold on. Yeah, see the heavy missiles has that radar thing in the middle. And this Cerberus does not. Yeah, those are heavy assault. But he mostly only cares about his application on the final boss, right? Isn't there a Loki fit with 2x missile precision scripts that's real good with hams for these sites? Almost certainly yes. We'll probably be using a missile computer over a target painter. You think so? Maybe. What's up? What's up? What's up, baby girl? Trying to find an arm to lean on so that way you can fall asleep. Is the final boss a battleship? Yes. For both sides. Is a mid-slot tracking link? You mean like an omnidirectional tracking link? I would say I would argue probably the target painter is going to be better in that circumstance. Tracking, so the omnidirectional is really good, especially for like sentry drones or even heavy drones, potentially. But
Warp drive active.
get in. Go, go, go. Go! Yay! But also, yeah, the target painter would help. But it is worth noting that this site is really aggressive against drones. Yes. Yeah, the drone navigational computer is probably going to be also good for heavies. The reason why omnidirectional is good for heavies is because it increases their range. So a lot of times if you're going after, say, like frigates or things that are close to you, the drones don't actually have to move anymore if their range is far enough. But, yeah. Omnidirectional tracking computers are mostly for sentries. I would say that of all of the choices, webs are going to be the best, with target painters probably being next. Probably a mix between either target painter or or drone navigation computer, and then omnidirectional worst. But yeah, the web is going to do the most for you. I wonder, is that Cerberus still back there? Oh, there's a Kronos here now. Yeah, the Cerberus is still in the second room. This is why I try to get through the first room or the second room without killing the final wave, because then people get stuck in that final room with points, and they have to kill all of them, and that just gives you more time. I agree with the web, but sleepers and wormholes already move so slow. Well, that's a totally different thing. I don't remember. I don't know what's exactly going to be best for the sleepers. The point is that, like, a lot of drones aren't really going to have a problem from tracking specifically. Kronos is still on his way. Oh, shit. Yeah, well. There we go. It's been fun. It is lame for them to show up right at the last second, but, you know, sometimes you're the one that gets to do it, sometimes they're the ones that get to do it. I've always wanted to inquire if you ever do a reading of the Empyrean Age since you finished the Odyssey. I have... So, my problem with the Empyrean Age and doing a reading of it, A, it's very long. The Odyssey was already pretty long. But B, like, that is a commercial book. You're supposed to pay money to have access to it. And, like, there is a book on... There's an Audible for Templar 1. And so I'm a little sketchy on going for that. Like, or doing a reading of Empyrean Age. It'd be one of those things that I'd have to get, like, permission first. Yeah, there's zero fucking chance. Zero chance. I'm not even overheating. Let's go look at it. I did overheat my afterburner. That Kronos is ready to lock me up if I steal. Let's see what's worth fighting for. Not bad. That is a good... Damn. Damn. Damn.
Warp drive active.
Suspect flag. No, I'm not that desperate to lose my absolution. You were yesterday. Look, there's going into a site in a very public system with no ammo, stupid, and then there's suspect flag yourself in front of a Chronos, stupid. I'm going to
Warp drive active.
keep those separate. All right, so this is a brand new Crimson Gauntlet site, which means that chances are that dude's going to show up at the last second. If I was doing exploration, I'd probably want to do it in the constellations with the better sites. Where is my sounds? Aha! Wipe that guy off. So there are scrams, the Corvette scrams. Hey, Malik. 07 to you.
Warp drive active.
Where is Tetramon? Well, they're showing up all over the place. Right now I'm in a Crimson Harvest, or a Blood Raider side. But we've done some Tetramon so far today, too. I'm just doing both sides at this point. Yeah, everybody asks where is Tetramon, but nobody ever asks how is Tetramon. That was a really good payout. Like, so far, I will say that the payouts have been pretty reasonable. We've gotten roughly 20 million in both of the sites that we've gotten loot from. And then that one had like 50 million ISK in it. I have not yet done the exploration sites this year. I was I was just saying, if I was going to do the exploration sites, I probably would go do the ones in the low set constellations. They're probably not as empty either. I just got a 3 million payout. So that's on top of the normal loot that I've been getting. Swap to Scorch. Or Flag after this. Does all this spawn in wormhole? Yes. So the low quality sites can spawn everywhere. The higher quality sites will spawn in the constellations with Turner, Egmar, and the new one whose name I can't think of right now. Restorn. Essen constellation. And of course, Delve, NPC Delve. I actually don't know where to find this. So the sites are all over the place. You can find more information in the agency under, I think, encounters for the, the Crimson Harvest main information is under encounters. That's where you can, like, choose which side you are and see what tasks you're on and stuff. But to find the sites, I like to go to Exploration, Combat Anomalies, and then you can look within your system and a system adjacent to you for any Crimson Gauntlets or Tetramon headquarters. I think that's what they're called, Tetramon. Tetramon base. So they're just anomalies. They can be found on your anomaly browser, which every ship is equipped with. The hacking sites, of course, need to be scanned down. They're, I think, Category 3 data sites, last I checked. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. That was what they were last year, I'm pretty sure. Correct. Nailed it. So you can see that my capacitor is at 36%. I only have one of my reppers running, and I have a cap battery. So it's a large cap battery too. So this is what I was saying, like, if anything's going to kill you in these sites, it's going to be being capped out. So keep that in mind. That's one of the, like, of all of the messing around I've been doing with this ship, the one thing it can do is, like, live forever with a low amount of cap while resisting newts. So keep that in mind. Well, yes, it's very difficult to defend your, like, prepare, like, yes, they can come and kill me. But so far they haven't. Yes, you want to go for the sages and the shepherds. And then on the other side, you want the curses. You definitely want to prioritize those if you are at all cap problematic. And of course, anytime you activate your warp, you want to shut off your prop, because both the micro warp drive and the afterburner adds a whole bunch of inertia to your ship. So it takes a lot longer to enter into warp while you're afterburnering or micro warp driving. You just shut it off and it gets you into warp a lot faster. I can hold down control and do a bounding box around them. Then I can start locking them as soon as they start landing. And then shift, or sorry, right radial menu down to stop locking the beacon. So yeah, there's a lot more newt pressure on the Blood Raider side, but a lot less tracking disruption. So just bear that in mind. Tetramon will dismantle your weapons. Crimson Raiders will break down your cap. $500 applied DPS. Pretty good. I think that's like 2/3 of my theoretical DPS, considering the fact that I was at fall off, is pretty good. I'm actually past fall off right now, and it's still sitting at 400. You can really see how far, how much difference a kilometer or two can make, though, with lasers. You can see how much I use the radial menu. I'm a strong advocate of the radial menu. Get rid of these saviors real quick. And we'll go after the sages. Then the diviner. I think they need to increase this site spawn rate a bit. Well, I mean, I've been having all right time finding sites. And I'm not even in my normal, like, backwater Mimitar space. I did say I was going to go after diviners next, but whatever. I don't need to worry about damage, I suppose. Yeah, at 14, 15 kilometers, it looks like my Scorch beats out Conflag. By at least a little bit. Yeah, 3 to 400 versus 2 to 300. That's why I like Peld. It's Python live damage meter. Python Eve live damage meters. Peld. Boom. My dog is clearly running in her sleep. It's pretty funny. Come on, battleship. There she is. This thing has a very strong newt. You can see... Oh, you can't see. Hold on. Incoming capacitor transfer. Incoming capacitor drain. Hold on. Cap damage in. Wait, why is it not working? Oh yeah, no, it is working. 21 cap damage. Asalala. Al Salal. Any info about the loot table? I mean, it looks very similar to last year. I mean, there is new... So far, it's been pretty good. I've been getting 15 to 30 million ISK per site. And I've gotten one Skinner component, and now we've gotten a few skins and stuff. Cap resistance booster from the event help, and they last a long time. That's true. I saw some implant BPC dropping, some player told me. Yeah, I mean, like, it could be. There, it is, like, that is a normal thing. You would expect, like, amulets. What's the other Blood Rider implant? Virtue? No. Made more by just gas huffing C28? Well, yes. I imagine you probably did. Can you do Crimson Harvest as an alpha? Absolutely. You can do the hacking sites as an alpha. And you can do the combat sites. I recommend like a Praxis, but you know, you can fly a battleship as an alpha. There is a current expert system for like 90 plex, 98 plex that'll give you battlecruiser skills, but I don't know if I can necessarily recommend that, but if you absolutely need it because you don't have battlecruiser skills, then maybe. I mean, if you're like a day one alpha, then maybe it could be difficult. Although, if you use the buddy code, which you can get in the link down below, you get 1 million free SP. That should be enough with a brand new pilot to be able to fly like a battlecruiser or whatever, or even a Praxis, well enough to do these sites. If you're absolutely, you know, desperate. Although, like, the problem is that you're going to be competing with non-alphas in races. So, yeah, it's pretty slow. So if you really want to, like, maximize it as an alpha, probably you're going to be wanting to focus more on the exploration side of things. But especially since you can do the exploration and get a bunch of key cards, and then go and do the combat side if you wanted to, and skip the second room. 11 million. Not bad. Or be in a remote high-sec area. Yeah, be in a place where there isn't very much competition. I ain't getting no freaking cards? What do you mean? Shouldn't you wait till you get 5 million SP to use the buddy code as an alpha to maximize it? Well, yeah. If you're a buddy code, if you are planning on staying strictly alpha, then yes, you don't want to actually apply. You can use the buddy code, and then just hold the 1 million free SP in your redemption window. Because look at this. Check this out. If I go here, you can see. Where is it? Where is it? Hold on. Yeah. Right over here. 1 million free SP. I still got it applied. Or I've just never applied it to the account. So you can hold it there all you want. The key here is that... so this goes into what I call the blank clone training. So you make a bunch of alpha accounts. And you put them in for training the Magic 14, which there's a skill list for that. Mike Azariah has some skill lists in game, and then we have one on the Notion that you can copy and paste it in. But either way, you put these guys in to train the Magic 14. Then after about 5 or 6 months, there'll be maximum 5 million skill points in skills that make them good at whatever you want, and still have 1 million SP that you can use to turn them into whatever type of pilot you need to right that second. And then anytime you want to buy Plex, you can use one of the accounts that you've never used it for and get the extra cerebral accelerators. And of course, if you end up ever making one of those accounts go Omega for any reason, you will still get the 15 days of Omega for your main account. What do you mean by cards? What cards? There's trade. Are there cards? Oh, shortcut keys. Got it. Yeah. Got it. From the hacking sites? I thought you were talking about, so like, with the winter event, how they have the cosmetic items of the different, like, posters. I thought there was, like, trading cards that you were looking for. Incidentally, if you ever want to, you can mine this Chthonic Attar. It's basically worthless, but you can mine it if you want some Chthonic Attar. It contains chronodynamic tricarboxyls. That's a whole thing. That's the stuff. So this Chthonic Attar stuff and the chronodynamic tricarboxyls that come in it, it is both the stuff that is used in in cerebral accelerators to help speed up our training, and also it's used in Death Glow, which was used by the Blood Raiders during strikes against Amar facilities to make the slaves go crazy and break free of their enslavement. And now the Deathglow Remnant guys, the Deathglow guys are supposedly working with the Intaki Death Cult folk. That hasn't really gone anywhere recently, but Intaki's been suspiciously quiet recently. Yeah, it's crazy what a difference 1 or 2 kilometers makes. Like, my DPS almost doubles from when they get from 14 kilometers down to 12 kilometers. It's because lasers have really good optimal, but then really short fall-offs. So, like, as soon as I get past my optimal, which is 8K, it starts rapidly falling off. Whereas projectile turrets are the other way around, right? They've got really short optimals, but extremely long fall-offs. So with a Mimitar pilot, you're almost always shooting, especially auto cannons, you're almost always shooting into your fall-off, but it's just like how far into your fall-off you are. Whereas Amar really, really, really want the enemy at their optimal. That's why Amar can swap out their crystals instantly, because you're supposed to constantly be changing out your crystals for the correct range that they're at. Whereas Mimitar are designed to be able to hit no matter where they are, but obviously better if you're closer. Excuse me. Sorry. I got a frog in my throat all of a sudden. All this flying around in Galente space. As soon as he dies, this turns into an acceleration gate. I activate it, and we try to get through before anything can come in to get me. Although I think with the way that wave worked, I don't know if there is a third wave. Doesn't look like it. Whoa. Once again, I'm just going to kind of zoom out and point directly down, so that way when they start warping in, I can bounding box around them. And then just cancel the locking there. Start shooting. Wow. Let me get the cough drop. Get those sages down. Excuse me. I'm sorry. Off topic, but a while ago, did you say the massive Stargate from the Prophecy trailer is in the game somewhere? No. The Prophecy trailer never happened. What I'm saying is that the Prophecy trailer culminated in, or it kind of was, so to speak, fulfilled with the Ensyllabic Stargates. Like, the Prophecy trailer really represented a timeline that CSP Siegel was working on that we never quite finished. That we know of. So there was some speculation that the new thing in Zarzak was going to be that gate, but I didn't believe that from the beginning. What's my newt pressure? My peak newt pressure is 33. Which, remember, my newt pressure is actually about cut in half by the fact that I have, well, cut by down by a little over a third. %. Oh, for Christ's sake. If that Kronos comes in here, like, right now, I'm gonna be sad. He's gonna show up literally as the battleship spawns. Calling it now. Ah, there he is. Fuck. I knew it. Ah. Whatever. What a dick. Whoa. Okay, well, that's kind of impressive. He shot the dude that I was already shooting and took credit for it, too. There's 0 chance that I have this. Fucking 0. Negative 10% chance that I win this race. We just get to watch him melt it. We're just going to go see what the loot was. Good tractor beam. Come on. Let me see it. Ah, I don't even get to see it. Whatever. Lame sauce.
Warp drive active.
I mean, Galente Beret and a Kronos. Okay, fair enough. What did you miss? Just running some sights. I just got a site stolen by Kronos. I'm sad. If you want to make me happy because I'm sad, you can like the stream. Make sure to like the stream. It makes me feel better. Tetramon base? Tetramon base! Brand new Tetramon base. Let's fucking go! Yeah, Crimson Harvest time. Oh boy. I should probably have my tank on. That'd probably be helpful. With an Oracle beating down on me. If this Kronos wasn't in high sec, it would be torn to pieces by my guys like Piranha. That's true. Probably the reason why it isn't. That Omen wants to sit perfectly at my, like, optimal. Not exactly at my optimal, but close enough that it's great.
Warp drive active.
Wish Kitty's busy dealing with high-sec shenanigans at this time. Well, just remember that, like, there's 90%... it's called PELD. The nice thing about PELD, like, so not only does it have a live DPS tracker like you can see here, but you may not know this, but, like, there automatically is logs of all of your combat. Like, it just, same as, like, all of your chat logs. It automatically gets stored on your computer under documents. So you can point the PELD at a like your log, and it'll let you scrub through it as a DPS meter. This is how, like, so one time when we were doing the dread fight in the Triglavian invasion, I was in an APSO just like this one, and it died in less than 15 seconds of getting aggro. And so we were so shocked by this that, like, we had to go through the video. Like, we looked at the video, and I pulled up my video and the damage meters. We were able to walk through it to see exactly how it all went down. It's pretty cool. The other thing that you can do, actually, is if everybody in the fleet is running PELD, then the fleet commander can run a PELD server, and the rest of them can connect to it. And then that allows the fleet commander to see basically what everybody's doing, which is pretty cool. I have Eve chat logs going back 7 years from 2 different hard drives. Yeah, I do too. But yeah, PELD is really cool, especially since, like, it doesn't have any... It's basically impossible for it to be against the EULA, because it's literally just reading the text file that EVE Online is outputting from your damage meters. But yeah, if you have an Abyssal run that goes badly, you could theoretically, like, walk through it and see what happens. And you can customize a bunch of stuff. You can, I can display outgoing logistics, outgoing capacitor transfer, outgoing capacitor drain, incoming DPS, incoming logistics, incoming capacitor transfer. Hell, there's even a mining tracking system, so that way you can track how much you're mining over time. Nothing is impossible if you throw enough lawyers at it. Well, yeah. But I mean, like, how many lawyers are you going to throw at a problem for a video game? It's almost always I didn't put... so that is actually one of the things that I've always loved about the Abyss, and I've said this about one of the reasons why the Abyss is so good as a learning tool, is that in the Abyss, everything's going great until it's not, right? You have everything under control until it's not. And because of that, it is relatively easy to figure out what it is that went wrong. Or at the very least, even if you can't figure out what went wrong, if you can just describe the situation to someone who knows what's going on, they will be able to tell you exactly what you did wrong. You know, I've had people come to me and be like, oh, the Abyss is bullshit. And I just have to ask one question. What killed you? And if they can answer me on what it was, which rat it was that actually killed them, I can 95 times out of 100 tell you exactly why you died and what you could have done differently. And that's one, like I said, that's one of the reasons why I think that the Abyss is such a good training tool. Because one of the biggest problems with learning how to fly in EVE is an absence of feedback, right? Like, if you're taking forever to kill a rat because your guns suck, it's very difficult for you to actually, like, figure that out. Or, you know, if something goes wrong, it's sometimes tricky, like, especially in PvP. There's so many PvP fights where it's just like, and you blow up. And you learn very little from that. The BIS challenges you on a whole bunch of piloting concepts and punishes you for getting it wrong, teaching you how to do it right. I don't know, ask Nintendo. Oh, you know, Nintendo, generally speaking, doesn't go after somebody legally unless they know that they're going to win, which is one of the things that makes this whole Palworld situation a bit nerve-wracking. But Palworld certainly doesn't seem scared. Once I had to answer the front door while I was in the Abyss, didn't get reimbursed. There is a video called the that I have on my stream YouTube. I think it's called like The Abyss Couldn't Kill Me, so it cheated. I had a bug where I had my really nice fancy Icky Tursa for firestorms, and I could not move any direction besides straight down. No matter, like, if I double click somewhere or even hit approach on the gate or whatever, I would just go straight down at full speed. And so you can watch the video, and you can watch as, like, my panic begins to slowly grow, or I'm like, why can't I go any other way? Why can't I go anywhere? Why can't I go? What is happening? What? You know, like, it just ramps up and ramps up and ramps up until finally I'm like, fuck. And so I just pull the plug, close the client, reopen the client, and manage to save the ship and get through the run. I was absolutely prepared to petition that and be like, here's my stream. Give me back my ship. That ship was very nice. I think I still have it. Don't I still have it? Yeah. What? Oh, right. Never mind. This is the final room. Yeah. It's a blingy Icky Tursa. But it was more expensive when I got it. It was actually one of the, like, the first 3 Icky Tursas that were made. Somebody gave it to me because, well, it's just how it rolls, I guess. Oh, I know why I die in PvP. It's because there's 8 of them and 1 of me. I mean, that's fair. But it is true that, like, there's a lot of situations in PvP where you, like, the mistake that you made that got you killed was so many steps backwards that it might be difficult to suss it out. You know, there could have been something you could have done, but generally speaking, by the time you get caught, like, got, like, you're past all of those thresholds. Any chronicles or lore on Thucker? So the Thucker are interesting because they're so diverse. I might do a thing about the Thucker. Honestly, Empyrean Age and Sine Wave Alpha and Sine Wave Omega. The main dude in Sine Wave Alpha and Omega is a Thucker guy. The main guy from Eye of the Needle, which is another chronicle that I did a reading for, he's a Thucker. The guy who blew up Jamil Sorum's super weapon, causing the Apocrypha event, that was a Thucker. What did I do wrong here? Step 1, you logged in. Step 2, you undocked. Everything after that was too late. That point you ask, how could you have not have died and be able to run away? That's why I always say, like, anytime anybody's killed you, it's because you've allowed them to kill you. And yes, that includes ganks. Well, if they ask before they shoot, I'd say no. I didn't say they asked for permission. I didn't say that you can't be killed without your permission. I said that you can't be killed without them without you allowing them to do so. Because there are mechanics that designate when you can and cannot be vulnerable. Oh my god. I will get back to the Crusader in a minute. Let's kill these curses. The curses and the crucifiers are the worst things for me. I brought enough. I brought 8 scort. What happened? Why is there only 3? I didn't do this again. I promise. What the fuck? I had 8. Why did I... Did I burn through them all already? It would be really cool if 8 is not enough, apparently. Well, we're on our way back to Dodixie anyways. So yeah, I chose a location within 8 jumps of where I was. We kind of headed out there. We kept an eye on our agency to see if there was any sites 1 jump away. We've run several sites during this time. We've made probably about 60, 70 million ISK. Would have made more if we didn't lose so many as many sites as we did. But overall, it's been a pretty good adventure. I mean, I've been playing Eve for the last 2 hours, basically, and I've had 2 hours of content. And that's one of the things I like to think. Like, people like to think about, like, the ISK per hour only, but realize that you're playing a video game, right? Like, I'm having fun doing these sites and hanging out with you guys and all that stuff. Like, this has been a fun couple of hours of spaceships lasery goodness. Live stream! What's up, Punch? One guy in first and thought I had a nice 1v1 on my hand. Then by the time D-Scan showed the rest showing up on a site entrance, it was a scram of web. That's how it works, man. That's how it works. I've done that trick so many times to people. That's it. You send in the first dude to get people to not pay attention. And that's as soon as they make contact, as soon as you say, all right, I've activated gate, the rest of the fleet jumps in and starts hauling ass. There's a lot of damage coming in. I've got the Tetramon Commander and most of the wave. I think I'll be fine, though. Yeah, it looks like I'm going to be fine with just the 1 repper. I still haven't needed a second repper, but I also have a full set of Asclepians. So bear that in mind. Yeah, full set of mostly high-grade Asclepians. which is increasing my rep power. So I would just expect to have to run dual rep, which of course means the cap is going to be a little bit more harsh, which means you're going to have to absolutely go after like the more cap angry dudes, like the prophet I think it is, or whatever, sage, and in this case the crucifiers, although those are just small newts, so those aren't nearly as bad. Achieved! Didn't you just do a really good breakdown of Blood Raiders? I think you did a Blood Raider video, didn't you? Basic Radiance, 22 clones, 3 base keys. Pretty good. I died because I decided to take part in faction warfare. I knew it would eventually happen. I could have run the moment the first one showed up on D-Scan. But what were you in, though, TL? Yeah, about the officers was the latest. Yeah. So go check out Achieved. He's been doing actually a lot of really interesting lore breakdowns of, like, the different officers. Because you may not know this, but, like, every single officer in the game, besides the new ones, have a pretty interesting backstory to them. The new ones are just agents. Level 3 and 4 agents. Yeah, the anti-drain booster would be really good against Tetramon as well. Or against Blood Raiders, rather. This Crimson Gauntlet is already open. I want Proving Grounds back, too. But yeah, I mean, but the thing is that losing ships in faction warfare is often the point. Like, I know a lot of people that are like, oh my god, I lost 3 ships today. And I'm like, well, that's a good start. Right? If you're in faction warfare, you should be in there to fight. Of course you're going to lose ships. Man, I'm such a jerk. Let's just fuck them over. Since I did get those 3 keys right here. Oh, wait. No, this isn't going to work. Yeah. I need the other key. But an Ishtar? I think I can outrace her Ishtar. I'm really sad about Proving Grounds. I wish that they'd bring it back. I'm not 100% sure why they aren't doing it anymore. I have a few guesses, but, like, I think it's worth it. I think it would be worth it. Quaif and its possible evil connections to the Serpentis? Well, what about Quaif and their possible evil connections to the Caldari? Or Quaif and their propensity to put human biomass into their drinks? Or Quaif and their accusations of doing subcranial nanocontroller influences of Galente elections? That's fair. What about the fact that the Serpentis was, like, the... Did you know that Ronin Shipyards was basically saved by the Serpentis? The connection between Ronin and the Serpentis went deep. I wonder if that Ishtar will get the point when he comes in here and, like, half the room's already dead. Is he really looting all the wrecks and stuff? That might be a mistake. Scout Navy 1 site, your Tristan fit. Forget the name. Newt's E-War drones armor tank. Oh, yeah. Whole Newt Tristan. Lose 1 million of them. It's fun. But yeah. If they're bringing in the tackle, you're pretty much screwed. Because the problem is that Tristan wants a slow fight. So of all of the ships that's going to get caught like that, it's going to be something like the whole Newt Tristan. You need something that can blap the tackle so fast that the rest of the fleet can't get there in time. The other thing you can do is try to pull the tackle off the grid, but again, like the whole new Tristan is slow and fat. Oh, the Ishtar left. Didn't want to play. But yeah. When people tell me that they lost ships in faction warfare, I tell them it's a good start. You're supposed to lose ships in faction warfare. If you're not losing ships, then you're not taking fights. Remember, if you want there to be a combat ship, you know, that's willing to take a fight inside of the Plex, the best way to do that is to be the combat ship in the Plex willing to take a fight. Or I mean something else? Wait, what? I don't know. I think I meant everything I just said. Oh. Yeah, so Ronin Shipyard. So in I think it's Templar 1. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Templar 1 has a side beat about how Ronin Shipyards was like in the early days was kind of failing, and then a Serpentis guy comes up to Ronin, and like Ronin at first kind of dismisses him as like a drug dealer or whatever, but basically it's like, hey man, you need us. And then so there's this very big implication that like the Serpentis saved Ronin Shipyards in its early days. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah. Well, like, there was also another one where, like, one of the main Caldari, there's a big thing about, like, a Caldari ended up being Garistas agent. These kinds of things happen every once in a while. I don't know how much is to it. Is there that you could really draw out of there, but, you know. Yeah, the Eve lore is pretty cool. There's a lot of room for speculation and storytelling, which I like. I mean, there are also like big moments in Eve history, like the Apocrypha event, you know, World on Fire series. Wasn't there a Caldari mission change that show how one corp is secretly taken over by a pirate group? I don't know. I think, well, I know that like the Epic arc shows off some of that stuff. I don't remember. I know that Lidai, really all of PKN, but mostly Lidai, are shady as hell. You like, Lord, no way. Perhaps you can build a channel around that. Maybe. Maybe. Hi. Oh, I hate this. When you're going afterburner and you cut off the afterburner as you're entering into warp and it's like turning, it ends up sliding so long that it takes so much longer to enter warp. That wasn't so bad, but there have been significantly worse ones. Corporations and factions within Qatari society may have indirect dealings with criminal groups, whether for profit or through corruption, but no major Qatari corporation has been taken over that I know of. Yeah, I don't think so. Of the mega, I know what it was. It was Lidai. No, it wasn't Lidai. It was the good guys. It was Ishikone. The head of the Ishikone at one point, I think, was caught being like a Guristas agent. This was a long time ago. This is like before Empyrean Age. I'm pretty sure. Hold on. Because I know that, like, I'm always considering Ishikone as being, like, quote-unquote, the good guys. So it stood out to me. Ishikone and the Raven. The Guristas are not against working with the Caldari when it suits their agenda, and no event is more notable than the story of how they obtain access to the Raven battleship blueprint as the start of the career of Otro Goryushi, Ishikone's CEO. That's what I was talking about. Yeah, most of this, however, is not still unknown to the general public. Otro Goryushi's father, Villamo, started dealing drugs for the Guristas after he lost his job as Ishikone for stating the truth rather than what his superiors wished to hear. The loss of his wife in an industrial accident and the estrangement of his daughter meant that the hopes were built upon providing his son Otro with a better life. This hope, however, was cut short when an Ishikone executive shot Villamo after purchasing drugs from him. The Guristas, disgusted by the actions and knowing that of Villamo's plight, offered Otro a chance to enter their ranks. While Otro was further raised by the Guristas' influence, he drifted apart from them in pursuit of his quest for vengeance. This caught notable rift between himself and the officer named Bane, who is working with the corrupted Ishikone CEO Les Akelin. Akelin provided the Guristas with information on their competitors in exchange for protection, a move that was beneficial for covering up his failures as a CEO. Otro, who managed to recover his long-lost sister, Mila, struck up a partnership with her and his associate, Gavriel, benefiting from Mila's years of corporate espionage under the guise of escort service. Together, they targeted Raoshi Okimo, chief financial officer for Ishikone. From him, they extracted information on the Raven, a secret project that Akelin was unaware of, which Raleigh was funding to ensure his position within the company. One of Mila's madames persuaded Raleigh to work with them through a means of blackmail and playing on his weaknesses. During a board meeting, Raleigh unveiled the Raven. It was sent to an unregulated space and attacked a Guristas fleet. Otro used this to convince Fatal that he must tell Bane to halt the ongoing attack on Gavriel and Mila. Base refused, and Fatal agreed to give up on Bane in exchange to access to the Raven blueprints. Proof of Akelin's corruption was presented to the board and established Otro Goryushi as the new CEO of Ishikone, joined by his sister Mila as CFO. So yeah. And then Otro Goryushi was the guy who was connected to the Inserum production that got killed by the Nyx supercarrier being crashed into the Mechalin station. There you go. You got lore. Ochiro Guryushi, yeah. He's the former CEO of Ishikoni. Now it's Men's Repala. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Another another good story to tell is honestly, and this is actually something that I might want to do as like a deep dive, is I think it's high time we take a closer look at Highland 2 costs. Yeah. Well, Ochiro worked for the Guristas. That's what this is saying. Like, that's my point, is that Ochiro was a Guristas pirate at one point. Jovian Stargates have gone offline. I don't know. I mean, what I just read, I mean, his father worked for the Guristas, and when he was killed, the Guristas took him in. So yeah, I think that the Ochiro just worked for the Guristas. I don't. Maybe they did fake a kidnapping? I don't think so, though. The people that the Guristas were famous for kidnapping the diamond magnet, right? If you look at the King's Ransom skin, Darian Ralu, the Diamond King, that was the guy who was kidnapped by the Guristas that like put their name on the map. I don't know if you're talking about that. Yeah, Ochiro used to be Guristas. Oh wait, no. Wait, yeah. The Diamond King is a Guristas thing. That's the most famous kidnapping that they've ever done, if I know, or that I know of. There's the battleship. What's up, Nolan? We are getting closer and closer to wrapping up. Probably we'll go till 3 hours. Just another half an hour, maybe. My plan is like when we get back to base, then. Or I'm really learning out of crystals. No, I have enough crystals. Wait a minute. Ah! It has 5 guns, not 4. Look, I'm not this bad at this game, okay? I know how to crystal. I promise. I've just been distracted. But this is why, worst case scenario, this is why you bring, no, as this morning. This is why I brought standard multi-frequency, not faction, not nothing, because of what happened last time. Like normal crystals, non-faction crystals cannot break. So at this point, I'm in a pretty, like, I'm not doing nearly as much damage as I used to. I'm only doing 300 damage, even though I'm, like, really, really optimal to it. Like, half the damage that I was doing. But there's 13 million. Cool. 2 skins and like 15 to 30 million per site. Seems pretty good. All right, I think that we should probably head home.
Active.
But yeah, like I said, I always bring, or like it's, well, I don't always, but it is smart to bring a set of just normal crystals just in case, because normal crystals cannot break. So I can shoot this for the rest of time and it won't matter.
Warp drive active.
Have a good one, Fletcher. I'm not quite done yet, but if you're taking off, then 07. Next week, if we jump into it again, if there's no news, then we might go do some exploration stuff, like the exploration side of the event.
Warp drive active.
10 million. Yeah. Oh, that's only one overseer. Yeah. So yeah, I was getting about 10 million per site on top of the award or the value of the loot. So yeah, I was getting about 20 to 30 million, 20 to 35 million ISK per site plus jackpots. Not bad. That's about what I would expect from event sites like this. The winter event is usually a little bit better, but this is definitely comparable for a normal high-sec site. It's just a matter of whether or not you can win the races. There it is. Wait. This isn't right. Is it right? No, that's 89 days. No, that's wrong. That's a player one. Almost screwed myself. The Comey Corporation. It was the Gristis that secretly... You mean the Wiacomi? Comey Corporation? Who's that? Oh, yeah. Comey. The Comey Corporation was founded by the multi-billionaire... Actually, I can just look it up in game now. Comey. The Comey Corporation was founded by the multi-billionaire Kaimo Nyan, who has garnered his fortune by building a real estate empire on Caldari Prime. The purpose of the company was to give his firstborn son Sojin Nyan a chance to receive experience as CEO before the time came for him to take over the reins of his father's mega corporation. The company dealt in simple garbage hauling tasks, employing a few dozen washed-up pilots to do the sort of task of transporting unrecyclable materials to remote locations within the Caldari solar systems. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah. Asumura, being the ex-elite agent within the Caldari State Special Forces, quickly discovered who was behind this turn of events, that the Guristas had been using the garbage haulers as a means to smuggle drugs and other illegal goods into Caldari high-security space for enormous profits. Due to Amo's close relationship with many members of the Caldari State government, the garbage haulers receive far less attention from local security forces than other more suspicious craft. Whoops. Yeah, I didn't know about that one.
Warp drive active.
The pirates like to get their fingers in the pie. The Guristas, like nothing, like the Guristas love to get involved in Caldari politics because they know how much their involvement is disruptive to Caldari politics, right? Like, they know that just when it turns, when it comes out that such and such was working with the Guristas, that itself is a stain on the Caldari. So the Guristas are, like, they've done this before. I can't remember. It was around Shadow Wars. Like, the Guristas did a bunch of stuff when it comes to, like, funding some of the megacorps, but then exposed, like, they were bribing the CEOs of different corps and then exposed their own bribery in order to show how corrupt they were. I'm just gonna get blitz back home because I don't have enough crystals. Sorry. That's some next level political strategy. Yeah, during the whole like PKN and JITA 44. So like it came out later that JITA 44 was the renovations were like this massive pulling of funds from the Caldari Navy towards Lidai, NOH, and Wiakomi, whatever, and the JPL. PKN Interstellar. So they did the JITA 44 renovation. They made the HyperNet, and they made the not cerebral accelerators, expert systems. But Lidai likely used. So Lidai, well, originally it seems that Ishikone developed the transcranial microcontrollers partially from potentially tech that they got from the Intaki a while back. And then in 2016 or whatever, when the Caldari took over Intaki and Lidai came in and stole a bunch of stuff and left a lot of toxic waste on one of the Intaki planets, it seems that during that time, they stole the Intaki like consciousness transfer technology and used it to create subcranial nanocontrollers. Which was then going to be sold to the Amar as part of a control mechanism for slaves, but that became less prominent. So then they started using it to control. Well, it's part. They're used in expert systems, but that's about the time that Quaife was accused of using soft drink-induced nanocontrollers to sway the presidential election. They did that by gaining access to the military technology and operational. So when Intaki was taken over by the state, the Lydai people came in to do reparations, and they got accused of stealing medical supplies and artifacts, which I have a video called the Ugali situation and stuff about Intaki, which is where all of this kind of comes from. The Intaki are very much like almost Buddhist or Jainist or Hindu. They believe in reincarnation of their religious leaders, and they actually they have tools, they have equipment that allows them to transfer the consciousness of an older person into a younger person. So they have this tradition of called the reborn. The religious leaders, the Idamas, supposedly had the capacity to be reborn without the medical technology. But so there's two questions there. The question is, why did the Intaki, how did the Intaki have this technology? You know, that area of space is very questionable. There was precursor artifacts found in Ugalis less than 2 jumps, or I think it's like 2 jumps away. That whole area is kind of interesting for a lot of precursor things. So the idea that they got that there's some sort of ancient technology that's on Intaki that was first taken by the Ishikone and then later stolen by Lydai. It's very strong. If you go look at if we look at subcranial nanocontrollers, it even says the subcranial nanocontroller is an advanced component from Lydai intended for use of biomechanical and neurocybernetic implants in a similar fashion to older transcranial controller technology owned by and licensed by Ishikone. Implants using subcranial nanocontrollers are being marketed as cheaper, more flexible, and less intrusive. Lydai is believed to have made some key breakthroughs in its development of this technology after acquiring medical research and technology in the course of asset recovery operations carried out by Lydai Protection Services. And this was literally like 2 months after they did asset recovery operations in Ishikone. So that's where this comes from. And of course, this tech, again, was accused of being used by Quaif to sway elections, and then is also part of expert systems, and there's other conspiracies involving it too. But all of this could be a discussion for another day if you guys are interested. But I do also have plenty of older videos where we go over the lore, including my iceberg and my I Solved the Eve lore, which is my tinfoil presentation of how I think all of the secrets of Eve come together. And then I also have this lore speed run, which kind of goes over the last 5-10 years. And of course, I have my Notion, the Convocation of Empyreans Notion, which has a bunch of useful stuff, including lore resources, including the latest time, like the timeline of all, basically every single event to happen in Eve, like scope news, etc., since 2018. So yeah, but if you're interested in all this stuff, please check out my other videos. If you're interested in keeping up with EVE Online, helping maximize player engagement with EVE Online, helping raise your own literacy and the literacy of all of us when it comes to EVE Online, please make sure to like, comment, subscribe on the channel, share it with a friend, because that is how we get this to be done. And a better player base, a more literate, more competent player base means a better EVE Online. I do also recommend my fitting guide and other training guides in my playlist, as well as the Precursor Crisis playlist, which has a lot of the older videos that are related to the Precursor Crisis, which is Drifters and Triglavians, etc., etc. But I should be back next week with even more news and or Crimson Harvest stuff. But I've been Ashrothi. I've been playing this game since 2010, talking about it since 2012, and I'm here to put EVE into context for you, my fellow Empyreans. Somehow, I didn't get killed today. I did get a kill. Kill board is green. Got some cool stuff. Had a good time. And this just goes to show you, you don't need to put in something fancy in order to have a good time in EVE. I just undocked and went out and did some stuff, had some good stories that came out of it, had a great time. Hope you have a great time too. Love you all. I especially appreciate all of my supporters that make this possible. And as always, you know, anytime Satonia shows up, I really appreciate you coming and lending some insight. But all that said, I've been Ashrothi, the voice of New Eden, and until next time, I'll see you in space. Join the corp, buy the merch, all that stuff. Yay! If you need a puppy cam, go watch the beginning of the stream.
Bring on the wrecking machine.
Make sure to like the stream before you go!